Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 160 of the Super Kelly Brothers podcast for the 17th of April, 2022. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
Almost screwed up there because I've not named the document correctly. I've called it episode 159. Episode 160.
That was so last week.
160. That's how many episodes we've done of this.
I feel it. I'm starting to feel it.
No, no kidding.
I'm feeling the pull.
Once we get up to 60 episodes, that means we've done 3 for every subscriber.
Come on, guys.
Tell your
friends.
A break.
Tell your friends. I'm glad we enjoy doing this every week.
Smash the like button and share.
We're doing it for the love of it.
Share.
Clearly.
It really helps the channel out. It doesn't cost you a penny.
Come on, guys.
Just share. It'd be fantastic if someone did that. And of course, if you like what you see, then hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and you'll get time reminders when we put up a new video.
And if you're one of our podcast listeners, one of our many
podcast listeners,
please check us out on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Because
we are on the YouTubes, and you can see our ugly mugs.
Exactly. Getting uglier every year.
That's right.
Well, I'm talking me. You're getting better looking every year, though.
I don't think so. Well, do you know what it might be? Is you get out a lot and I don't. I tend to stay in the house. And I think it's the lack of sunshine that basically what's happening. You can tell because you're a nice kind of healthy shade, and I'm kind of Morlock white.
But because I've been out in the sun, I'm getting all these horrible wrinkles and things, and it's terrible. I'm not out that much though. I don't get out that much. No,
you're out more than I am.
I'm out more than you are. You're stuck in a dungeon.
I'm literally in a basement.
Mm-hmm. You're like a vampire of the show. Mm. Yeah.
Bad form. Human form.
We're going to Whitby actually, talking of vampires.
Really? That's where Dracula landed.
That's where he landed.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's correct, and there's a big Dracula, obviously themed things there.
There's a big museum there. Dracula Museum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Captain Cook's ship,
Captain
I think,
Cook,
as well, or something like that.
The Endeavour. That one. I don't know if it left there, but he's from there, isn't he?
So
he's from the Whitby area, I think.
Quite a lot of interesting things. That's in June.
Nice. I think June's a good time to go. Also, July. Yorkshire is one of the most beautiful places on the earth as well.
Yeah.
To visit. It's absolutely. I'm not joking. I really mean that. I only went. Was it 7 years ago? It was the first time I went to Yorkshire. Fantastic place. Loved it.
Yeah,
people are great. Countryside's amazing.
But there's a theme park near there as well, Flamingo Land.
Is that Flamingo Land?
Flamingo Land.
Did I tell you that when my flamingo at the front broke?
I was there when it broke.
Oh, sweet. That's right. Yeah. Well, when we noticed it, I think. But yeah,
it's not a real flamingo, everybody.
I know it's not a real flamingo. So there's an episode of the X-Files, and they go to this gated community, and Mulder puts down this pink flamingo because it's a gated community. They've got certain rules; they're not allowed to put certain ornaments in it, and so the people who have been breaking the rules have disappeared mysteriously. And so Mulder puts down a pink flamingo, and then turns to the assembled sort of houses in front of him and goes, "Bring it on," like that. And one of the first things I did when I moved into this house was I bought a pink flamingo and I put it front and center in the house.
You never told me the story behind it.
No, that's the reason why.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I've got it. Yeah.
So it's X-Files related.
It's X-Files related. So it's a deep cut.
Right. That's a deep cut, right enough.
So it's called Frank the Flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's been hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold, it's like Katy Perry here. Then, sorry, his neck snapped. So now he's lying like this.
Yeah.
So I need to get a new flamingo.
Yeah.
They only sell them in packs of 2.
What?
But the thing is, I bought Frank solo, but now I can't buy a
his second name.
One. Frank.
Second name Solo.
Frank. No, Frank the Flamingo. Well, I guess his middle name's
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Frank Solo's quite a cool name, though.
Frank Solo is that Han Solo's dad's name?
His uncle
Yeah.
Frank.
Why didn't they make it so that was just his surname, Solo? I mean, it's not a difficult concept to be called so. Like, why did they say?
I hated that bit of the film. Actually,
I didn't like that at all.
That
was like,
it was named, you know, oh, you're on your own. Okay, your second name's Solo then.
Yeah.
You know. Backpacker. Solo. In Australia. You're on your own, mate. Okay.
Solo.
Frank, your second name's Solo. That's how Frank got his second name.
That is how Frank got his
Backpacking in Australia.
Shall we get to the tea?
For God's sake, aye.
First off, of course, we go away, Nick. We start off with sad news. So sad news first. Number one is Liz Sheridan, Jerry Seinfeld's mum, died 93. She was.
Is that his actual mum?
No. This is mum in the.
All right, okay.
The TV show. So Liz was always the sweetest, nicest TV mom a son could ask for. Every time she came on a show, it was the coziest feeling to me. So lucky to have known her.
Taken so young.
I know, 93. But that's the second Seinfeld mum in as many months.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's still Harris.
Of course.
George's
mum.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
And I don't think the dads are with us, isn't it? Well, 93 is a good innings.
Hell of an innings. Well done, her.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've only watched short of a century.
I've only watched, I think, the first season of Seinfeld. I couldn't really get through it. But she was in it. I think she must have been in it. The mum and dad, they appear quite early on, don't they?
It's not the regular dad. It's not the dad that continued on the show. Yeah, he got fired for not really nailing the character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
But she stayed because she
nailed it.
She nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sad news.
So what else was she in? Do you know anything else she was in? Or
she was Seinfeld's mum, I think.
Just Seinfeld's mum. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's good enough, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah. In other sad news, Gilbert Gottfried died at 67.
That is not a good age.
It's not a good age. No, 67 is no age. I always find him really funny in a weird, quirky kind of way. He's been described as a comedian. I posted up about Beverly Hills Cop being one of his favorite roles of his. But honestly, that he stole the show for me. That is the funniest scene in the whole movie. Is when Gilbert Gottfried is he's basically it's the second one. He's talking about if I had something in this hand and I had the ticket in this hand, and maybe you could give me something in this hand that would outweigh and all this kind of stuff. It goes into this whole big thing about like bribery.
I thought Joe Pesci was the guy in the second one.
No, it's Gilbert Gottfried.
And Lethal Weapon?
No, not Lethal.
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop. Sorry. Jeez, old man.
Leo Getz is the character.
Lethal Weapon. Whatever Leo wants, Leo gets.
Leo gets. Get it?
Yeah.
They screw you at the drive-through. That guy. Yeah. No, this is Gilbert Gottfried was the corrupt lawyer,
right?
Who was trying to.
And he voiced the parrot in.
He was Iago as well. No.
Oh, Aladdin. Aladdin.
Yeah.
I always get those two films mixed up.
How?
It's all the animals.
Okay. I get. So we just call it Joe Exotic the movies.
Yeah.
Because they both feature lions and tigers.
Aye.
Oh my.
Aye.
So anyway, Gilbert's no longer with us. So R.I.P. Gilbert and Liz.
Yeah. Let's go for some happy news now.
Let's go for some happy news. Let's talk, shall we, about the four writers of Obi-Wan. I thought we could do a wee bit of a deep dive in this one. So the first one is Andrew Stanton, who think he's an animator for
Pixar.
Pixar.
Mm.
He's one of the screenwriters for the Obi Wan series.
Is he?
Yes. Specifically episodes 1 to 5 and 1 to 6. I don't know what that. Oh, episode 1, 5 and 1, 6. Sorry.
So 1 and 5 and
1 and 5. Yeah, 1
and 6.
Yeah.
1, 5.
No. 1, 5, as in season 1, episode 5, and
All right,
season 1,
okay.
episode 6.
All right, okay.
His previous writing credit was John Carter.
Uh-oh. Alarm bells.
Alarm bells, yep. So I thought that was interesting. So Stewart Beatty is the next one.
Did we not go to school with him?
No, that was somebody else. This guy wrote I, Frankenstein. I don't know what that is.
Is that the one? Is that the one with the guy from Trainspotting?
I don't know.
Johnny Lee Miller. Is that him that's in it?
Oh no, it's maybe it is. Nope, Bill Nye.
Aaron Eckhart. Ah, right, okay, right.
That one.
I've not seen it.
Yeah. G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra.
Should we be worried?
I'm thinking yes. Australia, which I think is called Oz in some
That's
parts
the
of the world.
Baz
Luhrmann, yeah. Screenplay by Baz Luhrmann and him. Collateral, which is a 2004. That was written by him. Is that not the Jamie Foxx, Tiny Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah, I quite liked that actually. Yeah. That was a thingy film. That was a oh god, here we go again. That was the guy that did Heat and
Michael Mann.
Michael Mann, was it not? Is that not a Michael Mann film?
It was Michael Mann. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, Jada Pinkett Smith's in it.
Yeah. Oh, crikey. We don't really talk about her these days. Try not to, but we can't help ourselves.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean: Black Pearl.
Okay.
It's not bad.
That's a hell of a mix, mind you.
It certainly is. Yeah.
30 Days a Night's a good film though, as well.
Oh, is it?
It's a great film. That is, it's a vampire film set in like not Iceland, but somewhere like that where it gets dark most of the day.
Okay.
So vampires can thrive.
Oh. So Scotland.
I can't remember the. Yeah, north of Scotland. Basically.
North of Scotland. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad list.
No.
Okay.
And then this guy here is Hussein Amini. Mm-hmm. His television credits are Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Alienist. Don't know what that is, but he was exec producer. He worked on The Snowman. Don't know what that is. 47 Ronin. That's the... You know what that is. The Canadian guy. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Snow White and the Huntsman. Drive.
Drive's a great film.
There you go. He did the screenplay based on the book by James Salas.
Mm-hmm.
And then another couple of movies.
Shanghai. And what's that one? Kill what?
Kill Shot.
Kill Shot.
Yeah. I should probably zoom in on these.
Why is there so many writers though? Why is it not? I hope this isn't going to be a miss. I just hope this isn't going to be one of these mishmashes of I'm sure there's going to be a thread. There's got to be a thread. It's a 6-part thing.
Yeah.
There's got to be a really good, thread.
Payoff into this.
And I just hope the writers aren't overlapping each other and it kind of becomes a bit of a mess.
I saw a video on YouTube and I'm not sure
if it's to be so good,
because I never watched it, but they were saying that there's a spoiler for it, and I can't remember which one it was, but it's either Darth Maul or Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan at the end of the show. That was the spoiler, and I'm like, that can't happen. because of where it's placed inside the timeline of events.
Like I've seen a few things like that, and you're like, whoever's written this doesn't understand Star Wars, or doesn't, hasn't watched the films or the material or read books or anything. They're just kind of jumping to conclusions.
So this play was a great site. It's the Writers Guild of America. This is where I'm getting all this stuff from. So there's this guy, Joby A. Harold. He is the showrunner for Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi.
Is he?
Yes, because it says showrunner there. He's also exec producer. Okay. He's also the exec producer of the untitled Godzilla Kaiju live action series. His feature writing credits include 2 things and 2 things only. Jesus. Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Army of the Dead.
And Army of the Dead.
Oh. Oof. Tumbleweed.
Absolutely.
I'm a bit worried.
A little bit. I'm not impressed with the
see if
caliber
the tone
of the writing staff.
See if the tone is all Jerry Bruckheimer type stuff.
It's gonna be.
That is gonna be horrible.
Do you know? It's one of the things. So I was watching. I'm watching Picard.
Yep.
Season 2, and I don't want to talk about that just now because we're talking about stories. James isn't here either. But I was watching the Critical Drinker talking about it, and he hit the nail right in the head. No one understands the source material of Picard. Like, no one understands Star Trek. They're just going like, we'll just put action stuff in it, and we'll put these things in it, we'll mush it all together, and we've got these things, and people will just come along for the ride. And Star Trek isn't about coming along for the ride. It's about exploring if Star Trek was on TV just now, you can guarantee there would be a storyline about the war in Ukraine in the season somewhere, and you're not getting that in Picard. All you're getting is flashy, soundy things, and a lot of people sitting around talking about nothing.
Because they don't, like you say, they don't go to the source material at its purest form.
Yeah.
Thematically and things like that. They don't go for it. And what they think is all, big flashes and, fancy things. In fact, I'll pick up on this later on because I've been watching the Spock documentary that's on Netflix.
I Am Spock.
Yeah, and that's why Leonard Nimoy hated the first movie, because it wasn't about character. Star Trek was all about character and, like you say, meeting diversity and all that kind of stuff. It was one of the first shows to have diversity on it. But the movie was all just flashbang and spectacle and nothing about the actual characters.
Yeah,
you need to get back into the.
But that's why the second movie worked so well, because it was basically it was the kind of the white whale. It was the whole Kirk is Ahab, Khan is the white whale. That kind of these two characters butting heads through space and time.
Yeah,
that's what made it interesting. Whereas the first one was just a bunch of electronics.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I hope that getting back to what the story was. I hope they don't get too far from the source material, because it's like Mandalorian. Yeah. What they did was they didn't do Jon Favreau and
Dave Filoni.
They went to the source of the material.
Yeah.
They went to the gunslinger aspect. Yeah. They went to the Japanese
Lone Fox and the Cub type
aspect
stories. Yeah.
That is Star Wars, the Dune aspect of it, all rolled into one.
And it's taking the serials and the 1930s serials, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, that kind of stuff, and just smushing all that together and coming up with a new show based on those properties.
Yeah, because if you don't have that, then you've just got a science fiction show, and that's why, as we would go back to it all the time, Rian Johnson did not understand the source material, and he created a Battlestar Galactica movie.
Well, he just ripped off
in the Star
season
Wars
2 of
universe.
Battlestar Galactica, which, strangely enough, Gaius Baltar, the Doctor in Battlestar Galactica, he's in the new episode of Picard.
Oh, really?
Why? I would Richard Callis, I think the guy's name is. Please talk to your agent.
Yeah.
I know what you said. He's going, I can get you on Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek anymore, man. It just isn't. It's just not.
Yeah, there's a really good guy I watch on YouTube, and he's a massive Star Trek fan, but he does not like the modern Star Trek at all. He just doesn't think like we were talking about. It's just not the way it should be. The way the way the TV series was and started to be, and it's too far removed from that now.
Yeah,
type thing.
They did one of those ones. The let's do the mind meld episode and find out what's wrong with Picard, and it was so obvious what it was going to be. It was just unfun. It was just like the whole thing was just. You spent 45 minutes waiting for the payoff, and the payoff was lame, and you knew exactly what it was as soon as they started it. It was like, clearly the mum has mental health issues.
Yeah,
and they're going to tie it up as Picard chasing monsters, but in reality, it was the monsters inside his mum's head that he was chasing again. And it was like, we spent 45 minutes getting to this point. 45 minutes.
It was obvious, basically,
and it was so obvious. Yeah.
And
the dad wasn't as big a monster as he thought he was. It's like, there you go. Yep, kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Here's one for you though, because you should explain this, because you really like this guy. You think he's one of the most talented directors in Hollywood right now. Tommy Wiseau.
I thought you were going to say Ryan Johnson now.
Tommy Wiseau wants to be in Star Wars.
Yes. I don't know what this story is all about, I'll be honest with you.
I did not kill them all. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
I just saw it and I thought, I need to send that to you because this is bizarre. And I had to check it was not an April Fool.
He does look like a Sith Lord there, though.
I think it could. I don't know if he's got better as an actor, but it does look like a good baddie. But I think he probably sees himself as a hero figure. I bet you. Probably,
yeah. So it started off as Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill tweeted something at Star Wars Twitter account, which apparently is really good. It's second only to Henry Winkler's Twitter account. So they replied, "Oh, hi, Mark," which is funny.
Yep, that is.
And then Tommy Wiseau replied, "You're tearing me apart, Star Wars. Put me in your universe," which is also quite funny as well. But I think this is. I mean, we all want to be in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's Tommy Wiseau reaching out to them through Twitter. I don't know if he would. Yeah.
It could be like even if they put him in like Empire Strikes Back, and it's just the
guy running with the ice cream maker.
No, like a line of bounty hunters, and he's just standing there, like going kind of sneering.
Yeah.
Not giving lines or anything. Just is there as a cameo. You're like, oh, that's Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty funny.
That might work. Yes.
Just to give him his dues.
Yeah.
I wonder what age he is now, though.
I don't think anyone knows how old he was when The Room came out.
Did you ever see the oh god,
the Disaster Artist?
The Disaster Artist. Did you ever see that?
I did, yeah.
It was really good.
It was really good.
He was
really
such a mysterious figure, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And nobody knew what age he was. Nobody knew kind of what country he was from, even though he said he was American, true blue American.
Yeah. It was the same as Anne Delvey.
Yeah.
That kind of accent.
Yeah,
but I mean, he had money as well. So I mean, it was not like Anne Delvey who did not have money, but he did actually have money because he spent a lot of cash and people were paid to make The Room, and he used CGI as well.
He paid for it,
which is bizarre.
Because it actually looks pretty good. It's really well filmed.
Actually, the CGI is pretty good. The CGI is
it's on the roof.
better than Attack of the Clones.
It's that what do you call the panning? The up in the roof. That's what it's done, isn't it?
Yeah,
because that's just a set.
Yeah. It's just the floor, and then the 2 foot high wall or whatever it is, and then the opening. And you had all the actors standing inside the shed that was the stairwell.
It's pretty clever.
It is. Yeah.
But and he said that he made his money selling jeans. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He says, selling jeans. That's how he made his money.
He was working as a carny and a whole bunch of other things as well. Like he had a lot of like crazy jobs, and I'm assuming at some point he managed to scam a few people, and I'm talking about. No, I mean buying jeans for like $2 a pair of jeans and then selling them for like 300, that kind of thing. I mean, if you sell enough of them, you can earn thousands of dollars.
I don't know.
I'm not talking about he's doing something underhand. I'm talking about he made a good profit selling whatever it was he sold.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't jeans he was selling, so let's just say that.
Let's just say it was jeans.
Let's just say it was jeans then. I don't
know.
Let's just move on.
Rhymes with jeans. Beats. So apparently there's going to be a massive live action movie and series panel announced for Thursday, May the 26th, which is right bang slap in the 2 dates that Obi-Wan has been talked about. So it was originally the 25th of May. Now it's going to be the 27th of May. And then on the 26th of May, there's going to be this big panel that they're going to talk about stuff. So
that's why they've shifted the Obi-Wan date then.
Possibly, yeah. This may explain it, yeah. So
because
they're going to talk
about panel, probably an Obi-Wan panel there.
Well, they're going to talk about Kenobi and/or Mandalorian season 3, and they're talking about other unannounced ones. So there's the what's her name?
Ahsoka.
There's Ahsoka. There's the Rogue Squadron one.
No. Patty Jenkins.
Yes, Patty Jenkins. And there may be other things as well. But I also heard a rumor that Bob Saget.
Bob Carroll.
Bob Chapek. Bob, my mind as well be Bob Carroll. In fact, put Bob Carroll G's in there, he'd be better. Bob Chapek, who is quite frankly ruining Disney.
Not doing himself favors.
Do you know to get into the park you need a reservation? Disney World and I think it's other parks as well, but Disney World you need to reserve a spot in the park to actually go to Disney. It's like you're paying hundreds of dollars to get into the place and you got to reserve a spot. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. Anyway, apparently he's put the kibosh on a couple of the sequel trilogies that they were working on. He's saying, no, let's not do them. So I don't know what those are, but maybe Star Wars future is in the short term anyway on television and
massive
not
live action movie. Could that be the Taika Waititi one?
It could be. I mean, I think they might be doing standalone movies, but I think like any trilogies or anything like that would be a TV show. That would be my guess.
Yeah, but they're saying that there's going to be a movie, a standalone movie announced.
Well, according
soon you scroll up. Star Wars Celebration massive live action movie and series panel announced. All right, is that just?
No, they're just saying that.
All right,
live action projects across Disney Plus series and feature films. The announcement first came as a tweet from the official Star Wars, but the actual tweet says Star Wars Celebration opens with a must-see showcase Thursday, 26th May. Lucasfilm live-action filmmakers will be joined by special guests to discuss Star Wars adventures coming soon, including Obi-Wan Kenobi and/or The Mandalorian. No mention of movies.
Yeah. So I mean, well, we've got that big list. Was that a couple of years ago now? Of all the product, or was it last year? I can't remember. I've lost a couple of years, I feel. The big list of all the stuff that was coming out. And
I'll see if I can find it.
I think it was a wee bit. I don't think they should have announced things as early as they did, but certain projects. Is that the full list? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to open here. So What have we got? We got
Acolyte.
Lando.
You've got Acolyte at the back there.
Yep.
At the front.
There's Lando as well.
Lando, yep.
Yeah, Acolyte's the way down
Acolyte,
here.
Yep.
And then
Lando. I mean, is that going to happen?
I don't know.
Rogue Squadron. That almost didn't happen, but I think it.
I mean, there's something called Star Wars Resistance, and then Star Wars Resistance is something. Yeah. Rangers of the New Republic, which
I don't think that'll happen anymore.
No, I don't think it will either.
What's the other ones?
The
Droid story as well. That's happening because
it's coming out.
Because Anthony Daniels was talking about that.
Yeah,
he tweeted about it.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
I think.
And then moving on from Star Wars, instead of exploring just space, what about space and time? So Jodie Whittaker is bowing out as the Doctor this year. So she's no longer going to play Doctor Who. He's really good as the Master, actually, that guy, Sacha Dhawan. Yeah, he's pretty good.
I've not watched much of her.
I mean, not as good as Michelle Gomez, but she was Missy, though. But anyway, so they're bringing back the Daleks and the Cybermen, because why not?
Of course. It's always a sign of desperation when you hear that with Doctor Who, isn't it?
Do you know when Russell T Davies brought the Cybermen and the Daleks into the same episode, it was fantastic, and now they just keep wheeling them out. Do you know they've never been in the same episode together until that one episode where
oh really?
Russell T Davies brought them in, yeah. So Ace and Tegan are back. That's Ace there, and that's Tegan. So there you go. They're coming back for it. To which all the youngins will be like,
by the way, that was terrible of me saying that. Didn't mean that way.
Yeah, but the youngins will be like, who are they?
Look, I've not seen her for a while. Yeah. Give me a break. Come
on. Yeah, there's Tegan there.
That was Ace. Look at her. Look at wee fresh face, cheeky.
Yeah.
Cheeky wee fresh
I've met him. He was a lovely man, Sylvester McCoy.
I've not, but I've met
Faye Danoon.
I have met the other one after him, Colin
Baker was before him.
Colin Baker. Was he before him?
Yep.
Oh. I met Colin Baker. And he was stood right beside me. I turned round. Turned round and he was right there. I'm like, oh my God.
That's the fifth Doctor there, Pete Davidson.
And he went, no, I'm Colin Baker.
Yeah.
And I said,
not to be confused by Pete Davidson, who's a Saturday Night Live cast member. But yeah, he was the seventh Doctor. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it. So answers in the postcard. Who's going to be the new Doctor? There
was somebody I saw on the TV recently, and I thought they'd actually be pretty good. Doctor Who.
Jamie Dornan.
No, wasn't.
Tom Hiddleston, because that was a cracking episode. That was a cracking season of Doctor Who he did.
It was, wasn't it? And all but name the Loki series.
Yeah.
He would actually be pretty good, I think.
There's no way he would do it.
No,
because he's far too young. And B's making movies, so he's not going to make a kids show on Saturday.
No, definitely not. Oh God, I can't remember who it was. No, Will Smith. I don't know. Well, he's looking for work, obviously now.
That's true, yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah, with all his projects being cancelled.
Have to go to the BBC with cap in hand.
I mean, let's not cancel him. Will Smith. His punishment is. I mean, obviously, Chris Rock's not pressing any charges, so his punishment is he's not allowed to go to any events for the Academy.
That's not true. Apparently, he's just not allowed to attend the ceremony.
No, it's all Academy events.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's all Academy events, yeah.
All right, I thought it was just the ceremony you couldn't attend.
No.
All right.
No, it's everything.
It's no great shakes from, sure.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. I mean, it's the first one he's been in a while, anyway. Has he been in since then?
No, he's probably as a guest he's been, but I don't know. It's such a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I still can't believe it happened.
Yeah,
our will.
I know. Well, where there's a will, there's a way. Shall we talk about what you're watching?
Yeah.
So you and I both watched Moonfall.
Mm-hmm.
This is. Let me just bring up a picture of it. This is Roland Emmerich, who is known for The Day After Tomorrow, Independence Day, basically those kind of the kind of remakes of the Irwin Allen disaster movies. He's like king of the disaster movies, and this movie is a disaster.
Well, I've got a slightly different take on it.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, bearing in mind that Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, John Bradley, who I think is the guy that's in Game of Thrones, Michael Pena, Charlie Plummer's in it, Kelly Yu. I don't know who she is, but I know what she plays, but I've never seen her in anything before. And Donald Sutherland. Blink and you'll miss him. Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland, or Mr. Sutherland, as he's known in our parts.
That's right, yeah.
The
governor.
He just appears, doesn't he? And he's like,
well, he didn't this
movie. And then he goes, disappears. There was some very odd editing choices in this film. The way that Patrick, what's his name? Patrick Wilson.
Of Insidious and The Conjuring fame.
Yeah, I like him actually. I think he's really good.
He's good. Did he not play the bad guy in the A-Team as well?
Did he?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's in the A-Team.
Okay, it's Watchmen as well.
Yes, that's right. He plays the old guy, doesn't he?
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really like him, but it's really funny the way it edited him. 1 minute he was like, see the beginning of it, right? There might be some heavy spoilers in this chat here.
Yeah.
But when he first appears in the spacesuit, and then Halle Berry, the kind of the nanobot thing, crashes in and loses their colleague.
Yeah.
And then he gets into the spaceship or the space station to Halle Berry, and then the next thing he's not got his astronaut costume on.
I think he takes. You see him kind of like.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, it's a blink and you miss it. One of those things because you see him kind of like pulling at the suit like kind of Superman style, but he kind of
okay.
He kind of pulls it off at some point.
And then at the very end as well, they end up kind of crashed, and then they see a helicopter, and then the next minute they're like at the place where everybody is
in Aspen.
Like what? Bloody hell!
Yeah.
As if they're just across the ridge.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
Yeah.
But listen, we watched this film through the week after you'd said, right? Because I've heard loads of negative stuff about this film. And see if you go into this film thinking, if you've seen Ronald what's his name?
Ronald McDonald. That's right.
Emmerich
Ronald McDonald
films.
Right, if you've seen any Ronald McDonald films, Roland Emmerich.
Roland, right? You know exactly what you're going to see. You know exactly what you're going to see, right? You're not. For me, you're not expecting a documentary about realism.
No, you're not.
And stuff like that.
No.
And we had kind of a blast with it, but at the same time, we were going, "What the heck?" But then we did that with. Have you seen 2012? And have you seen? The Day After Tomorrow. Every single one of his movies, I'm like,
oh no, they're all over the top. I know.
2012 is one of the worst.
There's the bit in Independence Day with the dog. There's like a tunnel of fire, and the dog jumps out and then into the camera, and then they kind of close the door behind him.
That's right.
But it's like that's not. It doesn't.
Do you know what it was as well? It was the use of gravity. It only worked for. It didn't work for people, and it only worked for when they wanted something to happen to.
Yeah, it read the script. Basically, the gravity was sitting there reading the script and going, I'm throwing the cigarette. I'm up. Because there was a bit in it where the two guys, so they fire the entire crew at one point in the movie. The entire crew that's going to launch the shuttle, which takes approximately a small village to launch a shuttle. It's a very expensive endeavor.
Where did they get the shuttle from, Sloan?
They got it from a museum, Jody.
A museum.
Which is where this film belongs.
Again,
in a museum.
Heavy spoilers.
So they fire everyone. So there's two guys left in control room. So they've got to get into this Chinook helicopter. And there's the worst use of CGI ever is these two guys, because they're in a gravity bubble well, whatever it is, and they do like this kind of like spacewalk kind of jump into the back of the Chinook, like for no reason. If they just made them run in there, it would have been fine. Like nobody would have said, why is the gravity not doing the thing with the and all that? Like it looked weird, the fact they were doing that.
See the whole shuttle thing. And Halle Berry says we've not used a space shuttle for years, and they're all in museums. And I was like that to Evelyn. Oh yeah, so they're going to go to a museum and just steal one,
wire one up. Yeah,
I couldn't believe the next scene. That's what they were doing. I was like, wow.
Again, suspension of disbelief. However, what they do is before they take them into the museum, they remove all the equipment from it that doesn't make any sense for it being there. I'm not saying it's spy equipment, but it's spy equipment. Whatever equipment it is they've got in there that they don't want people seeing, they remove all that stuff. And I'm assuming that some of that stuff is required to run a shuttle. But then they get the help of the Chinese. How do the Chinese know how shuttles work?
Because they want a Chinese audience to watch this film. So
exactly,
that's why they've roped in
Kelly Yu, who's in it as well. Who's in it? They also say though the Chinese will help us, and you're going like the Chinese government won't help anyone. I'm telling you right now,
no, especially the Americans
are not going to help you.
And that's a definite. Let's pull some Chinese because you see that in quite a few movies. Lately,
there's a lot of them.
I've noticed Pixar do a lot as well just now.
Yeah,
and stuff.
There's a lot of exec producers on here that have got Chinese names as well, which makes me think that it's independently made this movie as well. So obviously the money had to come from somewhere, and a lot of it's come from Chinese. I think Tencent is involved in it as well. Did you notice the other place where he got money from?
No,
the Russians.
Oh God, right, okay.
So Kaspersky, which is a Russian virus control thing, virus detection thing. It's like McAfee or Norton or whatever it is, but it's made in Russia. There's a big billboard right beside the hotel that they're meeting, but it's the same. It's the exact same as the display. It looks like a display. It looks like an old CRT display. And so the bit where not Josh Gad is getting the buggy ready. He's getting the buggy ready. He has to bypass the Kaspersky antivirus, which is part of the shuttle. It's like front and center, and it looks almost like the billboard. It's so funny. And that guy, and so the guy with IBS and that, like, clearly Josh Gad took one look at the script and went, "It's not for me. It's not for me." And so they thought, "Who are we going to get now?" And they thought, "We'll get someone who looks like Josh Gad."
He's from Game of Thrones, that lad.
He is. Yep. I have never seen Game of Thrones, but I have heard that he's in Game of Thrones.
I
have. So yeah.
Fine. Okay, we gotta go to bed here. Night. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Uncle Slim saying Happy Easter.
Well, happy Easter.
So yeah. So basically,
Careful.
the conceit of this movie.
I was jumping off the roof.
Daniel.
Yeah.
The conceit of this movie is it's the moon is hollow.
Yep.
And it contains a white dwarf star.
Yes.
And it uses AI to power it.
Mm-hmm.
And this swarm is attracted to the AI because of reasons, which we won't bother going into just now. But the technology that we use also read the script.
Yeah.
And so the swarm was like, I'm not going to bother dealing with these things, but I'll only deal with these things when this is in place. And they try and explain it about halfway through. They're going like, oh,
it's
crap,
the tech.
Yeah, it's going to be the tech and the biology, and then it won't work together. And that's why it's not attacking that. And it's like,
but you feel as if there's some sort of message about, we should not use tech, and go back to sticks and stones,
That's right. Yeah, it's Pandora's box. It's the bell has been rung. You cannot unring it. This is what's happening now. So you gotta deal with it and figure some way around it. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Like The Day After Tomorrow was obviously an environmental movie about the cooling of the earth, global cooling, that kind of thing. Independence Day was just an old fashioned War of the Worlds. It's like we can't get the rights to the War of the Worlds, so we'll just make one up ourselves. But you could have made it a whatever war it was. This thing, I don't know what the hell this thing was before. It's just like, what if the moon was hollow?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, it does have cliches and things like that in it and stuff, but I think that some of the ideas were pretty interesting. I think for my money, nobody does this, sort of catastrophe film special effects like they do, you know. But I'll tell you what, if you want to watch I said this to you before, if you want to watch a cliche-ridden, horrible disaster movie, Geostorm.
Geostorm, okay. I did actually look for it, but I couldn't find it.
Gerard Butler. Boy,
is it called something film. Else? Is it called Greenland?
No, Greenland's a terrific film.
But that's Gerard Butler as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Greenland. I think he made Greenland because just as an antidote to Geostorm, because Geostorm is awful in so many ways.
He's another one that makes terrible, terrible movies as well.
I think
an actual established actor that makes terrible, terrible movies.
Michael Caine used to call it paycheck movies.
Oh yeah, yes. I remember he said he was asked about Jaws 4 and Jaws 3. Yeah, Jaws 3. And he says, "I have not seen Jaws 3, but I have seen the house that it helped build, and it is magnificent."
Beautiful. Aye. So fair enough.
Exactly.
Gerard Butler. Sometimes you're like, wow, he is one of the great. He's brilliant when he's brilliant, but by God, he picks some stinkers,
some doozies. Yeah.
I mean that I don't know if you've seen the jailbreak one.
Cop something.
Cop Shop.
You wanted to watch it? Yeah, we watched that instead. We watched Boss Level instead.
No, yeah, we did. Aye, that's right. Yeah. Boss Level. Aye, but the Cop Shop's great. It's a great film.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's Frank Grillo's in it as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Yeah. Because I think that was the toss up between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about the moon being hollow is there's a thing called Dyson Sphere, which I think they mention in there as well. It's a Star Trek: The Next Generation episode called Relics, which features Jimmy Doohan reprising his role as Scotty, and he's like a huge part of that episode. It's not a new concept, but it just did not make sense. And then the whole thing about they were bombing around in this shuttle lander type thing, and it kept on getting damaged. In fact, there was one point actually where the shuttle's going like this. It's going straight up vertically through space, and an asteroid hits it, boom, like that, like at speed, and it knocks off the shuttle, and the shuttle just continues off like that. And you're going like, have you heard of Newton?
Like I say, you're not watching these films for a physics lesson. It's
Well, good. There'd be an
Anyway,
awful lot of thick
I
people
thought it
coming
was
away from that movie.
I took it for what it was. But yeah, you will be shouting at the telly quite a bit.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah. Especially the green screen bit where they're chasing. They're in Aspen, and they're getting chased by. They're getting chased by, as Red Letter Media said, the guy from the Burbs. There's this guy who looks like, I swear to God, he looks like Neanderthal man.
Oh God, He's one of the
hillbillies.
Aye.
And they're chasing him in the car.
The guy in the background, he looks as if he's got kind of ginger.
That's
beard
the guy.
with Billy Bob teeth.
Yeah, but he looks like he's the guy that looks like a Neanderthal. He's like,
aye. I was like,
anyway,
check that guy out.
But the thing is that they're firing at the back of the car, right? And the back window explodes, which means the bullet has pierced the back window. There's gas canisters all over the back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Why would that not explode?
Mm.
Did they just ping off them? What?
Yeah. Anyway, we've spoken about this far too much.
We have, yeah. Did you watch Moonlight?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit more subdued episode, I would say.
It was, yeah.
Still good though. I'm still enjoying it. I'm loving the characters and stuff. See the way that Oscar Isaac changed facially from Mark to Stephen.
Yeah,
that was mind blowing. That when he done that, I thought it was absolutely mind blowing.
It's great. I mean, like, his whole thing is like his range is fantastic.
He's brilliant in it. I think Ethan Hawke's brilliant in it as well as the kind of creepy older guy.
Yeah, the Dave Koresh.
Aye, basically, yeah. I forgot that. Was it Explorers he was in when he was a kid?
Oh, was it?
Remember the movie? The movie Explorers?
Yeah.
It's like a washing machine, but they've got the harness, the sailing thing that turns it into an anti-gravity spaceship. Yeah.
Was he a kid in that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's when he started.
Because he was in those Julie Delpy movies as well, wasn't he?
What ones were they?
Oh, God. Now you're asking.
Wait a minute.
Julie Delpy, Ethan Hawke. It's a trilogy. Before Sunrise. Before trilogy. Yeah, before trilogy. Richard Linklater.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay. Watched a few of his movies. Scanner Darkly. He's looking for a good movie to watch.
That's a great film.
Yeah, so he watched. He did Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight.
Don't know those.
1995, 2004, and 2013. So it's the co-written by Linklater, Ethan Hawke, and Julie Delpy.
Don't know this. Episode 3, Moonlight, wasn't. I don't think it was quite up there compared to episode 1 and 2, but I still had a good time with it. I'm gonna have to plug this laptop in shortly. I forgot I hadn't plugged it in when I set up.
I always think that Ethan Hawke is like 10 years older than me. No.
What is he?
He's a year older than me.
Was he?
Yeah. So,
but then he's
Gattaca, that's the one I've seen.
Oh yeah.
But
then he's made to look that bit older, though. With his stick and things like that.
Yeah. And he's every time he walks.
Well, Oscar Isaac's younger. He's only.
Oh yeah, he's a wee boy.
What age is he? Is he 40? Is he in his 40s?
He might be 40. Oh no, he's 79. He was born, so he's 43.
43.
In Guatemala.
Just a lad.
Just a boy.
Aye.
Just a boy.
I enjoyed it, and we both we've both been gaming as well.
We have, yeah.
These are the things that we better share.
We've been in common, yeah. So you finally broke down and bought Lego Star Wars, a Skywalker Saga.
I thought I'd treat myself for Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Easter, everybody! By the way,
I know, happy Easter. No, we didn't know.
Oh my God!
So we're 55 minutes in. Happy Easter, everyone.
Nobody will be listening at this point either.
No, I
That's
know.
a shame. Oh well.
They've dropped it. Oh god, they're talking about Moonfall. Click.
For 20 minutes.
We're only talking to the desperate now. Sorry.
Yeah, we both bought the Skywalker Saga Lego game. I got mine in my well, not mine, but Danny's PS5, and you get yours in Xbox. And we're having a blast with it. We're playing co-op mode. You're by yourself, I'm assuming. Playing it.
I'm by myself. Yeah. I'm playing the Sam and I are playing the prequel trilogy together. So I'm playing the 4, 5, and 6. So New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi.
Aye.
So I've got as far as
trilogy though. The prequel trilogies.
No, Sam and I are playing the prequel trilogy.
Oh right, okay. Because when you start it up, episode 1's available, episode 4's available, and episode 7's available. Yeah. So we've worked through the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, and we're on 7 just now.
Oh, you're going through the 7? You're avoiding the prequels?
Well, it's just the way we've done it, kind of thing. Yeah. Danny really wants to play Revenge of the Sith, but we're getting through the things and he's wanting to watch the movies, so we started watching Force Awakens, and I'm going to have to watch Last Jedi, nothing, and Rise of Skywalker again.
Oh boy, I can't wait! I honestly can't wait to try and play that game, the Last Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
How are you going to make that into a game?
I know.
Oh my god!
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, it's great fun. Those games are always great, you know. And it's great to have all nine movies in one place. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of DLC coming out as well.
Yeah.
But is it paid? You got to buy it?
There's some DLC you got to buy. So I bought the deluxe edition or something because I knew I was going to get some DLC, but it's the Mandalorian pack I got and Solo.
Oh, did you? Well. Yeah, you need to pay for them. I think they're $6.99 each or something.
$2.99.
Are they?
Over here. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I got Mandalorian. I got Mandalorian, and I was playing with Mandalorian and Enfys Nest.
All right.
So
is it just the characters, or is there extra levels?
No, just the characters. You get the plans for the Razor Crest, but you can't unlock it. There's some weird stuff where you basically buy the DLC, but you have to unlock it in the game as well. So I went back and I played. I did up until Dagobah. So I played it up until Dagobah, and then I was like, I really want to go back and go to do the Tantive 4 one again. So I went back and did a whole bunch of that. Found a whole bunch of secrets in there, and I posted some of them up on to the private chat. In fact, I can show. Let me go to here.
So that was you went back to because it's free roam, isn't it?
You can go back and do free roam. Yeah. So I there's one there which is a Max Rebo Disco. So you go in and there's like 4 stormtroopers. You beat the 4 stormtroopers, and then it starts playing. I can't remember what song it's playing, but it starts doing like a disco version of that. And that's it. You don't need to do anything else there. But yeah, and I got Mando as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll bring Mando stuff out and things maybe.
Yeah, there's actually a bug with the Mando thing. So you can, if you swap to play as Grogu, you can change it to be another Mandalorian, and you get another Grogu, and then you can swap the Grogu out and give yourself another Mandalorian, and basically have like an army of Mandos. Also, that figure there is pretty damned accurate to the Lego minifig.
It's brilliant.
It is.
It's fantastic. And the wee baby Grogu looks great.
I know, he does, yeah.
I'm going to have to plug in Can we take a 2 second?
Yeah, sure.
A minute.
Yep.
2 seconds.
Hello. So, Star Wars, huh? So what else? What else you been watching, playing?
Well, we did a bit of a Oscars swoop. We did Coda.
Oh yeah.
It's on Apple TV. So we thought, well, we better watch that.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed it, actually. Really nice. A little bit kind of Oscar fodder, I would say, type thing. But really,
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
oh, they got me, man. They got me. Yeah. I'm not crying. You're crying. I didn't have main bits or anything like that, but it was good, man. I really liked it. It was really funny as well. I really liked the way they did it.
Yeah.
The dad and the mum are the kind of embarrassing parents of this girl, you know.
Yeah.
That's trying to be she's joined a choir and stuff, and they're fisher folk, making their money, but they're deaf, so they're effectively disabled, but on a boat.
Right.
But the daughter's not deaf, so she's there to kind of be their ears, you know.
Yeah.
So when she's not there, it becomes problematic,
Yeah.
and that's really good. Really enjoyed it, and it's on Apple TV. We watched King Richard. the controversial. It's not a controversial.
It's not controversial. Its star is controversial.
But bloody Will Smith is controversial.
Yeah,
that is hands down a terrific film. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did he deserve his Oscar?
Yeah, I would say so. He's great in it. I think Richard Williams, what a complicated character he is. You know, he's not quite Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood, but he's a complicated man. Brilliant. I'd love to read the book, actually.
And if I take this racket and I move it to my court,
my racket becomes
my
your
racket.
Your
racket becomes my racket in my court.
Exactly that.
Okay.
We watched it last night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really liked it. And they're all good in it. The girls are good in it. The mum's good in it. You know, the guy from The Walking Dead's in it. You know his pal, the police. You've ever watched The Walking Dead? No. Can't remember the actor's name, but he's quite very different to what he normally plays. He's this kind of bowl cut guy with a moustache.
David sat me down to this Walking Dead episode. And he said, "Dad, you got to watch this. This is the best episode of television you've ever seen." 45 minutes later, I was bored, stupid.
Aye.
Nothing happened in it.
But that's the thing. Unless you're invested in a show like that, and you know it's not going to turn you watching one episode. But loved it. We've been watching The Servant on Apple TV as well. We've almost finished it. That's really good as well. It's a great show. Weird. I've spoken about it before, but we're almost finished season 3 now. What else have we been watching? Something else, I'm sure. We watched Saving Private Ryan as well. That was our movie Friday night. We've been doing a bit of a World War. We did World War One last week with 1917.
Tom Sizemore, Vin Diesel. All the supporting cast.
What's a bloody cast?
Before I get to Matt Damon and
Tom Hanks. Aye. What a cast, and it's what a spectacle, you know. Mm-hmm. And obviously so influential on war films that came after it, the way it was filmed.
Fury Road.
And even
Fury Road, the tank one, you know what I mean?
Fury.
Fury Road.
Even computer games, you know, the way that computer games, the action's done and cut sequences and things like that. Yeah. So influential. Brilliant. Tom Hanks is fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And
Cool. So this week I watched a whole bunch of quite frankly crap movies.
That makes a change.
I know. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. So I watched The Cleaner, which is Samuel L. Jackson. Sorry, Cleaner. Rennie Harlan. He did The Long Kiss Goodnight and a whole bunch of other like action movies. So he's doing this kind of like Michael Mann style thriller about this ex-cop who's a crime scene cleaner. No, it's like 2007.
All right.
Eva Mendes plays the wife of this guy who's gone missing, who Samuel L. Jackson helped cleared up the murder scene afterwards because he thought he'd got a call from some detective. Turned out he didn't get a call from a detective, and it was all mysterious and craziness. It is garbage, and you can tell a mile away that who the bad guy is if I tell you it also stars Ed Harris.
Okay, spoilers.
Anyway, I watched Grimsby.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's terrible. Everyone should be ashamed of that movie. There was one good laugh in it.
The humor is so crude.
The humor is very crude, and I don't mind crude humor. Like that didn't really turn my stomach. It's just that it was not funny. It just wasn't funny.
That's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen and Mark Strong are the brothers Grimsby.
I did laugh at it. I think a couple of bits.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of once you get past how crass it is,
Yeah. I think it played on that too much. Like I know there's I know there's a lot of crass bits inside the Dictator for a start, for example,
No,
but there's a lot of funny,
Mm-hmm.
like comedy lines in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole bit where they're on the helicopter tour and they're talking about his Porsche 911.
I've not seen it.
And the American tourists are getting they're misunderstanding it. Like there's a lot of play on words and things.
I remember the clip when he's in a race or something, and all the opponents get shot.
He's like, he's turning behind him, shooting them because he's the guy in the race, and he's got the starter gun.
Oh, right,
it's a real gun, and he's like turning around, shooting them.
Pretty funny that.
That's funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I watched Kimmy, which Kimmy, yeah, it's Zoe Kravitz's
daughter.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. Is it Zoe Kravitz? Anyway, and Buzz from Home Alone's in it. So she plays a lock-in, basically, me. So she's stuck in front of a computer screen. It's a kind of rear window type situation, but it's on a computer instead of a rear window.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she plays a lock-in instead of, like, she's got agoraphobia, so she doesn't like going outside. And she's also like a kind of germaphobe as well, and she like rubs her hands all the time with Purell and stuff. So, and it's also set during the pandemic, so there's a lot of kind of stuff going on. It's okay. Falls away towards the end, gets a little bit better at the right at the end, and then it just ends. So it's good for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit at the end that kind of towards the end, I should say, that kind of loses it. And then the last thing I watched was actually a rewatch. The TV shows are the things that we talked about before, but it's American Murder: The Family Next Door, which is about this couple who it appears they've been having marital problems, and then the wife and the kids go missing. It's really good, but it's grim watching.
Bloody hell,
grim. But I couldn't remember it until I got halfway through it, and I'm like, I remember what happened now.
That's the grimmest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Once it all unfolds,
yeah.
You're like, what the heck?
And I don't know why that guy didn't get 11 months in the electric chair. But there you go.
That is a grim watch.
So, yeah, it's not advisable to watch it, and I forgot. Like I said, I forgot about it. Clearly, my brain was like, "You should not remember this." And then when I get halfway through, I'm like, "Oh, I remember."
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'm like, I can't not watch the rest of it now.
Yeah, I forgot to actually. I'd said it before. The Search for Spock. Not Search for Spock.
I Am Spock.
I Am Spock. The documentary, which is brilliant. You seen it?
No, not no.
Oh, it's great. It's
putting off watching it.
It's Leonard Nimoy's son.
All right.
He's doing a lot of it. It's his side of things, but there's a lot of vintage footage, and Spock's got a real understanding of what Star Trek is, like we were talking about earlier, and what it should mean to, what it's trying to project to, the people watching it, type thing. It's really good documentary. I really like it. It comes across a really nice man.
Yeah.
A total workaholic, I think. I don't think he spent a lot of family time, but anyway, that's the way it was. Choose or Die. You'd love it, Sloan.
It was called Cursor, wasn't it?
It's Cursor. I don't know if it was called Cursor, but that's the name of the game in the
so the film is called Cursor with like a backwards U or whatever it is. Yeah. Apparently, it's been getting really mixed reviews.
Yeah, it's like The Ring. The movie The Ring. It's a video, but this time it's a computer game. It's one of the kind of the sort of text, old school, ZX Spectrum type computer game.
Yeah.
It's actually quite good, but see the sound in it. There's some really horrible sounds that are really loud, and you're like, God, I can't watch this because it's like, I need to turn the sound down. It's like odd, unnerving sound. It's like a kind of, high-pitched, kind of unnerving, horrible sound, which happens quite a lot in the movie, which is a bit annoying. But that's quite good, actually. It's the boy from Sex Education's in it. He was in Mrs. Peregrine's school for
witchcraft and wizardry. I mean, gifted children, which they never. One and done, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Was that not like 10 years ago?
Do you know that movie was written by a Tim Burton fan who wrote it specifically for Tim Burton to make into a film?
Really?
And it happened for him. That's a wish come true, if I've ever heard one.
By Ransom Riggs.
This is a terrible way to end a show.
It is, yeah. Sorry.
Silently typing. Right, bye, folks. You'd think after 60 shows we'd be good at
Sorry.
You'd think after 160 shows we'd be good at this, man.
You'd think. Anyway, well, on that bombshell, let's just end the show there. If you got this far,
good luck.
God bless
you. Well
done, and we will catch you in the next one. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment below. If you are listening to this in a podcast app, 5 stars, that'd be great. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye. Bye.